What is going on, my beautiful DC brothers and sisters? It's your boy, the Truth 31. Hit like, subscribe for all that DC goodness on the face, neck, and chest. And I just wanted to do a quick review of Daredevil, 2003's Daredevil. And let me just say, bruh, bruh, this movie is underrated. This movie's underrated. This movie gets so much crap, and I don't know why. Now, if you're talking about the theatrical cut, that theatrical cut is garbage, basuda trash. Don't watch that. I'm talking about the director's cut, and the director's cut is number one, rated R. It's rated R, bro, which I love. Number two, it's 30 minutes longer, so you have more character development with Matt Murdock, with Elektra, and with Kingpin, and that makes a whole lot of difference. And think about what I just said. It's rated R, 30 minutes longer. It's a superhero movie, and it stars Ben Affleck. Man, that sounds familiar, doesn't it? That sounds, man, it sounds like something that happened back in 2016, but I can't put my finger on it. It just sounds so familiar. I don't know what it is. I'm sure it will come to me. but but Ben Affleck's performance as Matt Murdock, you can see that this was an audition for Batman because it's heavily inspired by his performance in BVS. Like from the body scars, from going out and beating up criminals. Like like there's a scene where he takes out a tooth from his mouth because obviously he's been fighting criminals like his entire life, and you can see like the battle damage on his body, and he's scarred up, and it's really cool to see. And keep in mind, this was back in like 2003, where you never really saw a superhero take body damage like this. Like this was unique, especially like a dark, gritty superhero movie. Like this is like Daredevil 2003 is a gritty, dark superhero movie, unlike anything at that time. Because like I said, this was back in 2003, where you had Spider-Man, you had the X-Men franchise, and that was basically it. Like there was nothing like this. Like there was no BBS, there was no Watchmen, there was no gritty dark superhero that you see like every day now on HBO Max or by Zack Snyder or some other like Christopher Nolan, the Batman trilogy. Like this Daredevil movie and the Christopher Nolan trilogy owes a great deal, and so does like Watchmen and BBS. Like those films owe a great deal to movies like Daredevil because that's the movie that started it all. Like that's the movie that started this trend of dark, gritty superhero movies, especially like since it's based in New York in Hell's Kitchen. Like this film really shows a great deal of. I just love the aesthetic of New York City. It's dark, grimy. It's supposed to be Hell's Kitchen, and Mark Steven Johnson, who's the director of this film, he also directed Ghost Rider, which, yeah, we won't get into that. Like not his best work, but his director's cut of this movie is phenomenal. I love it. I think it's supremely underrated. Jennifer Garner as Elektra, no, I'm not feeling it. I didn't feel it. I did not like it at all. She did not feel like Elektra. The Netflix series feels like her, but this movie, I think she was horribly miscast, and the relationship between her and Matt Murdock, it's just it doesn't fit. It doesn't feel right. There's no chemistry whatsoever, which is weird because they're married in real life. So you would think like there would be some kind of a connection with the two of them, but you just don't feel it. Michael Clark Duncan as Kingpin, phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. Like he was big, he was strong, and he had presence to him. And I just wish, especially like he benefits the most from the director's cut because there, like I said, there's so much character development with him that you understand where he's coming from, and you get a better sense of characterization with him, and you see why he's the Kingpin, and you see how ruthless he is. Like there's a scene where he chokes some dude with one arm, and it's so brutal. It's so awesome. It feels like he choked this dude out. Like he walked in on this dude banging his wife. Like like it was so rude. It was so unnecessary. Like damn, dude. Like you didn't have to do him like that. Like again, that helps with the R rating because it goes there, bro. And Daredevil is a killer in this movie. Like he kills people, and you could see like the Batman vibes that Ben Affleck gives off. Like it's brutal, it's dark, and that's what I want to see from a character like Daredevil, who like, I mean, let's be honest. He's like Batman. He's like Marvel's Batman. So let's not kid ourselves here. His origin story for Daredevil, typical. It's a little cheesy, with the with the toxic waste going in his eyes, and he gains superpowers. I mean, again, that's credit to Stan Lee, R.I.P. But it's a little cheesy on how it, but somehow it works. Like it works and it doesn't. Like there are gritty scenes where you see Affleck just go to town on some criminals, and it's dark and it's brutal, and that's where you get the Batman vibes. Like, yo, like this was an audition for Batman. And Ben Affleck even said, like, yo, like, I took the role of Daredevil because I never thought I would get the chance to play Batman, like, ever again. Like, not ever again, but ever. And obviously now he's the best Batman of all time. Fuck what you heard. But you can clearly see the influence that, from his performance in Daredevil brought to in BVS. So it's awesome to see. Colin Farrell as Bullseye, over the top, trash, like, not good at all. Like, Colin Farrell was a terrible Bullseye, and the tone, like I said, it's a little jarring because the tone is really dark. The aesthetic of the film is like gloomy, gritty, grimy. But there are scenes like the park scene where Matt Murdock and Elektra are fighting, like the play fighting, and it's so cheesy. It doesn't fit at all, and you're and you're like, what the hell is this doing here in this movie? It just doesn't fit. Like, it's so weird. I was like, I'm not a fan of it at all. But overall, as a whole, watch the director's cut. It's far superior, and as a whole, it's really a hidden gem. It's one of the most underrated performances by Ben Affleck because, like I said, his Matt Murdock is dark. It's gritty. He's like super brutal in this movie, and it's a layered performance that Ben Affleck gives, and it's super underrated. And yeah, I would say just give it a chance, watch it, and I think you'll be surprised on how good it was, especially back in 2003, where, like I said, superhero movies were not doing a dark, gritty movies, but this one was. Like, this started it, and this was the first. So give props to Daredevil. But anyway, those are my thoughts. Smash that like button, my beautiful DC brothers and sisters. Subscribe, hit me up on Twitter, Instagram. Let's continue having a DC conversation as always. Support DC, love DC, and yeah, that's it. So watch Daredevil. It's awesome. Truth out.